No, no, please. You must let me get this communication out. They have to be warned while there is still time. I can't let... You don't know what I've seen. You can't possibly understand or comprehend. The devil is real. I know. I built his cave.
I'm getting abnormal readings here. Code red! We got code red!
What's up YouTube? I am Dave Winchester with The Lost Save, welcoming you back to my 31 Games for Halloween series. This is where I go into my library, pull out a game, show it to you that's based in the Halloween/October spirit to get you in the mood. Most of these games are going to be horror related, although some of them are not. Today we're going to be taking a look at Doom 3 BFG edition for the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3, and the PC. Now I played Doom 3 when it initially released on the Xbox, and I'm kinda disappointed that this version doesn't have one of the better features that was in the original, and that was complete online co-op. So if they still had online co-op on the original Doom 3 on Xbox and the servers were still up, I would probably have put that version in, but since this one is more easily available and more easy to find, yeah, I guess I had to choose this one. Now that's not the only reason why this one is good. There are still lighting enhancements, frame rate enhancements, the game is in full 3D. It also has tons of bonus stuff like all of the expansion packs built in. So overall, like, it's a more complete experience. I just wish they would have put the online co-op in, but guess you can't have it all. So what is Doom 3? For anybody who's ever played a first-person shooter, you know what Doom is. Doom 3 is kind of the oddball of the series. The reason I say that is because Doom 3 actually doesn't have that run and gun feel like the original Doom, Doom 2, and even Doom 2016 have. It's more modernized, meaning it's a slower pace. You use a lot of cover just to avoid, getting shot and hit with projectiles. There are things in the franchise that are found in other games that just aren't found here. Like I said, the run and gun aspect is completely gone. It's more of a straightforward corridor shooter, and the game centers more around the horror aspects instead of the action aspects of the game. That's not to say that it's bad though, because it's not. It's actually one of my favorite Doom games overall. You get a lot of different weapons that you can use, the environments are super detailed, and the music actually was created by Trent Reznor of 9 Inch Nails. And because of that, it's a very cohesive game. There's no point in time where you feel like there's a part of it that just doesn't fit. Everything's centered around horror. From the lighting, to the environments, to the enemies themselves. They're all very rooted in the new modernized super gruesome horror stuff. The other cool thing about it is that you actually get to go out onto the surface of Mars. So there are a lot of corridors in the game where you're just going through the space station. It's very tight. You'll have enemies that jump out around the corners and try to scare you. But you do get these little sections where you go out onto the surface of the planet. And what makes that tense is that you have a limited supply of air. You have to keep finding these stations where you can refill your air or else you die on the planet. That was actually taken out of Doom 2016. Doom 2016, you kind of just run around on the surface of Mars. And I feel like that whole little air thing would have been a cool addition to that game, and it would have made it a little bit more fun. So that's why I like it in this game. It actually gives you a sense of urgency when you're on the face of the planet. You're kind of just trying to avoid as much combat as possible or get through it as quickly as possible so you can find the next air recharge station. I mentioned before the different types of guns that are in the game. There are tons of them. All of your classics are here. So just because the feel of the game is a little bit different doesn't mean you're not getting everything that every other Doom game has to offer. You're still getting the BFG, the plasma rifle, all these different types of shotguns. All that stuff is in here. It's just a little bit different because it's not designed for you to just run up to every enemy and blow their face off. So I think it's pretty obvious why this game is on the list. The whole thing about it was they were trying to make a first-person horror experience that had a bit of action as well. And I think they succeeded. It's nothing along the lines of Resident Evil, which is almost entirely based on survival and you have very limited ammo. This one, they throw ammo at you constantly, so you're never really running low, but they also throw in way more enemies. So you have to manage your weapons inventory a little bit better. That being said, the game is still a crazy amount of fun to play. If you can get your hands on the BFG edition, I recommend it. I wish, like I said, somebody had somehow figured out a way to make the co-op in the game, but it's kind of like a minor gripe because I feel like nowadays so few people are playing the game that it would have been a quick novelty but wouldn't have lasted anyways. So that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, you can click the like button. If you hated it, there's always the dislike button. If you want to see more of my content, make sure you subscribe, and you can even hit the little notification bell so you get notified whenever my videos go live. I hope to see you again tomorrow for my next video in my 31 Games for Halloween series, but until then, thanks for watching and have a good one.